What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I am still James.
We're here to bring you a review on a Netflix series that just dropped called Blood Zeus, an animated series. It's in the vein of Castlevania, no pun intended, but
well made all the same.
it's an animated series on Netflix, and we will be reviewing it right after the intro. All right, we are back. All right, so Blood Zeus, like I said, Netflix series. It's not a long series, and actually I kind of like that. Yeah. I think it's 8 episodes, and they only do 20-minute episodes. So it's basically about like 4 hours, a little less than 4 hours worth of all. So you can binge it and, and not go too crazy. But I watched it like broken up, half and half. But, it was still good watch even broken up. But so it's more like this is about it's like all those other Greek stories, Clash of the Titans. It was one that Henry Cavill did, Wrath of the Titans. I guess that was a sequel to Clash of the Titans, where basically we got we got the gods of Olympus, and then we got the mortals of humans in Greece that kind of mix with the gods or whatever. So the gods are real, and they're there, and this is not just stories. This all plays into what happens in the real world or whatever. Right. Gods can interfere, and Zeus is a monogamously challenged individual.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I like that. That's a really nice way of saying that he's a cheating ass mofo.
Sorry, I couldn't say that. It took me 2 times to say it.
As some random god in one of the later episodes says, why can't he just keep it in his pants?
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. We always see these stories of Zeus coming down in animal form, and what the stories was all. This guy was born. This is Zeus half kid. How many? I don't know. I know you don't know how many have kids, but a lot of stories of Zeus got this woman pregnant, and he's half father is Zeus. He's
got more than 5. I know that.
I know it's a lot of demigods, and they actually mentioned them. I don't know if you caught that. They mentioned Perseus defeating Medusa, and I think it was another one.
Hercules defeating Antaeus.
You're right. Them all his kids. Both of them his kids.
Yeah. He's got a few. I would say beyond the shadow of a doubt, he has the most.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, technically Poseidon does, but all of his kids are monsters.
But see, I'm gonna say we don't hear stories about his kids. They only write stories about the Zeus kids.
Like the Cyclops.
Percy Jackson.
No, the Cyclops is Poseidon's kid.
Oh, okay. Well. Yeah. The human kids, the demigod human kids that we follow, like Hercules and Perseus from Clash of the Titans. This is kind of like in the same vein as that, where it's we got a main character named Heron, and his mom. They call her a whore because she's a single mother. We found out later that it was something behind that, where she's. Take care of her son just herself, not because she was a whore that got pregnant. It's because she actually was a queen. Yeah. And Zeus had...
he had to have it.
Right. I don't know exactly how he do it, but they kind of showed a flashback on how that happened, where every time her husband away, Zeus would look like her husband and come to her and treat her good and have, make love to her. Yeah. And she was like, man, one day he's good, one day he's bad,
Yeah.
And I'm looking like
that's some Zeus stuff.
That's dirty right there.
Like that. There's an actual story from Greek myths where he basically just this dude wasn't giving him the proper respect, so he's like, all right, bet. Turned into the dude and had sex with his wife, knocked her up.
That's what and that's kind of like what he did with Hercules' mom. I don't know if you remember the old Hercules. Well, they got a couple Hercules movies, not great ones, but one I did like. That came out like 2015 or whatever with his dad was played by Scott Adkins, and he was basically trying to be Gerard Butler on a 300. So he was like this king or whatever. He come in with the hose and stuff like, yeah, ladies, I'm about to turn that ass up, get in the bed, get ready, you know. And then he saw somebody else in the bed with his wife. Who is that? And it was and it was Zeus. No, but and that was actually not a bad movie. That was the one, like I said, came out right before that Rock Hercules came out. Yeah. But anyway,
yeah, I remember that's Kellen Lutz.
Yeah, that one. He was the guy from Twilight. He was one of the vampires in Twilight. Anywho, so Zeus is known for doing that, and then he saw somebody in the bed. He pulled the covers back, and there was nobody there. He was like, no, somebody been in here. He was just tripping, And it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
Where she had a baby, but then she had a twin, and then at the time they didn't know the whole. They feel like if it was two babies, they thought it was two fathers. That was the whole thing. And then when he found that out, he was like, "What? Oh hell no! You been messing with somebody else, And so we got the baby. And Zeus come in and take the son away, and I guess he took the son and the mother away and let them live somewhere. So that was like their whole story. And he was kind of like, and they did the same thing in I guess that Wrath of the Titans, where the guy grew up with his mom. He's real protective of his mom, and they treated her like she was a whore because they thought that she just was he was a bastard that came into town, whatever. They did basically the same story. But I'll tell you what, I didn't care for the humans and whatever, but the guys was pretty cool. The way they made, what's the fast one? Hermes, like just the speed and all that, the special effects, because they did some powers with this. Yeah. And I really like when Zeus finally used his power. I did like, basically he up in Olympus, and he didn't like what he saw, so he just started throwing lightning bolts down. Yeah. Like, it's kind of how you envision it. Well, that's how I envision it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I love the way they show people reacting. They getting up out of their sleep, like, oh damn, what's going on?
Yeah,
Zeus throwing lightning bolts. Yeah. It's getting real.
And he was literally throwing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you heard the lightning in the sky, and then he just literally you know what I'm saying? He just hurling them down and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool how they did the powers or whatever. So let's talk about the villain. What's his name?
Seraphim.
Okay. I am unsure why his motivation for his original quest was. I did miss some of that episode where I just seen him just show up and just start attacking people.
It's so weird, man. So the best I can fathom, his whole thing is, the gods are assholes, so we need to get strong enough that they can't control us anymore.
Right. I see he had that motivation, but what was his original motivation when he was attacking those people?
Oh, he was trying to kill everyone that led to his mama getting killed. The woman he thought was his mama.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, so what they had to do with it?
I guess they were co-conspirators or something.
Okay.
The folk, everyone
so he had his reasons for
everyone who was there the day his mom got killed.
Okay. And he was he also was turning people to demons. They was kind of, from that point of view, we just thought it was just a dude going around randomly turning people to demons for no reason. But he had motivation. Yeah. He had a reason why he was doing this, and it was for revenge or whatever. So they gave him a backstory, and a lot of people say, and I was saying I was kind of feeling for his story too, because his backstory was similar to the main character backstory, where he got done wrong. All these people after him, but I mean, he did turn into what he was fighting against.
True.
So I'm like, okay, well, I can't really, because you just killing people just for no reason. You ain't really killing just people who did you wrong. You killing people just.
And that's kind of the thing. It's the weakness of a villain's, motivation. Yeah. It's all well and good if you're like, look, either you get with me or you get out the way is all well and good. But if you're killing everybody that don't jump in.
Right.
I can't fool with you.
Right. So they had this scene where he killed Heron's mom, and it's like, why? It's like he had no real reason to kill her.
None.
Other than, I don't care about, you people or whatever, And I was like, okay. And then when he found out the truth that I mean, I guess this is a spoiler, but I just say when he found out the truth, he felt so dumb that I'm like, who you mad at now? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. It's like they keep toying with this idea of who's responsible for everything that's happening. Is it Hera or is it Zeus?
Right, and we can talk about Hera too.
Yeah,
but because I was thinking because basically he was the physical, or he was the base. He basically was a henchman. The guy that they kind of set up as the villain was basically doing all the grunt work, but who was behind it all was actually Hera.
Yeah.
Where basically Zeus' wife got jealous because Zeus had an affair with this woman, which I don't know why she's so mad about this woman when he's had so many affairs. What is so bad? What's the difference between this one and his other affairs?
To be fair, she has done like every story with a kid of Zeus. Like the founding of Rome, there's a myth about the founding of Rome, and he's supposed to be the son of Jupiter.
Okay.
And Hera messed with him too.
Okay. So you're saying, to be fair, that she did her dirt too?
Like I don't think there's a semi-demigod that Hera hasn't tried to kill.
Okay, right.
But all of Zeus's kids immediately take an L for her.
Okay, so she just always because that's her husband. She just jealous. All right, I understand that.
I mean, because she hasn't even approached doing this dude as wrong as she did Hercules. So.
Oh, so she did. She also came after Hercules and all that.
She drove him crazy and made him kill his family.
Okay,
twice.
Well, you know what? Twice. Okay, whatever. Okay, so she's a vindictive biatch. Okay, we got it. So anyway, she's basically pulling strings and getting him to do her dirty work or whatever, and then she waited for him to kill his mom just to. Well, I'm letting the cat out the bag. She waited for him to do it before she told him, "Oh, guess what? You just killed your own mom, dumbass." I'm like, she's pretty evil.
Yeah, and then said, "Now that I told you that, go do my work."
Right, and I'm thinking like, what's his motivation now to kill Hercules, Zeus? Because basically she was like, "Hey, kill Zeus," and I guess I don't know what she promised him. But
that he'd rule the world or something.
Yeah, whatever. And he didn't seem like he was too convinced, but he was like, all right, I guess I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I ain't got nothing better to do.
Like, what are my other options here?
Right. And I did like the sword that he found. He got I can't remember where he got the sword from, but it was kind of like a lightsaber almost.
Pretty much.
Where it could just cut through anything. It was kind of dope. When he just basically when he pulled it out, but then when he just put that mug on anything, it just cut through anything like butter.
Like he just dropped a rock on the edge and just
So then I'm looking like Heron, he's an okay protagonist, but he's not strong or nothing. Like, and I was like, okay, when are we gonna even the odds here? Because Heron's just a normal guy. He might seem to be a little savvy or whatnot.
He
but
just has protagonist powers. That's it.
I know.
Like,
Exactly.
He's not especially good at any one thing. He's just the guy that's there.
Yeah. He has Zeus eyes, and I guess that means something. But I'm like, okay, he's a good-looking guy, and he's seems to be a little smarter than everybody else. But that's like you said, protagonist powers. They always seem to know not to go in that door, or whatever. And but I was looking like when they was about to fight, I was like, oh, this a wrap, dude. He ain't got nothing on. He ain't got nothing on. What's the guy, the villain name?
Seraphim.
Right. And then of course Zeus intervened. But I was thinking like, okay, when we gonna get some? When he gonna wake up? And then they had a montage of him training, and that still didn't really.
I'm like, let's not forget. All 99.9% of the montage was him failing to get better.
Right. I mean, which was getting him better though. Whereas like you fail, next day you learn something. So I'm cool with it, but it's just like it didn't put him on the level.
It's not the best montage I've ever seen.
It wasn't bad, but it didn't put him on the level that he needed to beat that guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, okay. So the stakes even kind of rose up though. But when Hera went, it's like, all right, this dude ain't getting the job done. So she woke up the Titans. And I'm like,
giants, but
right, whatever, stupid. I'm thinking like, no, these basically the Titans, right? They used to rule, and then they beat them.
No, these are actually the giants and the Titans.
These are not the Titans,
right? So the giants and the Titans are two different things in Greek mythology.
Okay, so they beat them at some point, and like in true villain fashion, some reason you think you can control them. Excuse me. That's not going to happen. We already knew where this was coming.
Of course.
We know where this was going.
The second she decides she's going to wake him up, I was like, okay, we know what that plot point's going to develop into.
Yeah. So anyway, we get a nice little end fight scene, and I could see Zeus using his power. I like that. I like to seeing the all the end fight scenes and the battles or whatnot. And then we finally get to see Heron use his power. So he inherited Zeus' powers.
Pretty much.
Where he just had to wake him up. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think that's what Zeus was trying to teach him, where he was like within, because he knew he had power, but he couldn't.
But he had to get through his anger.
Right, that's what I'm saying, which made sense because he wanted to just use physical strength, and it was like, no, you got to let that go. You ain't strong, bro. You strong as a man. That ain't gonna work.
It's kind of that whole, Thor Ragnarok thing. It's like, you ain't the god of hammers, bro.
Yeah, right.
So past all that.
Right.
But I will say they do a thing at the in the end here that I kind of really hate seeing in most of these stories, which is like the bad guy realizes they were wrong just as they're about to die, and that doesn't get a chance to develop. It's just like, wait, did I F up?
Did he think? Do you think he?
He didn't. Hera did.
Oh, okay.
She had that brief, like, wait a minute.
Well, I thought she was because Zeus saved her. I thought she was just like, I still don't give a damn, but I just don't want to die. This is what I was thinking about.
She had that brief, and I was like, oh man, I really did love that.
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
And maybe I should.
And I really don't even know why he did save her. I was like,
I wouldn't have.
Shit. I ain't got to worry about that child support.
I mean, he didn't anyways. They never had any kids. But
But so anyway, it was a good little fight at the end, and I think if they got greenlit for season 2, it'll be kind of fun seeing more of the Greek mythology told.
Yeah.
But seeing this made me say I want to see a God of War animated.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
I'm amazed God of War doesn't have an animation.
I know.
I think that's the problem with all this Greek myth stuff is every time you see a new one pop up, it's like, still no God of War.
Right. Like, because they really ain't done a great Hercules or something like God of War, because, they got the couple live action movies and Hercules in New York, they got a lot of bad live action movies and the Disney animated movie, which is not taken serious.
Right.
So they have not done like a straight up serious either animated or a good big budget movie of Hercules story.
Right.
So it's out there. I would like to see that, and this animated style or whatever. I love the 2D. Please don't go to the 3D on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I would love to see some more of this if they talking about doing a season 2. You on board for season 2?
I'm on board for season 2. The only thing I will say is maybe have like more condensed story arcs instead of just the sort of a sprawling we got to get there kind of storytelling.
Yeah.
Like just have like some self-contained stories. Like if you're going to do like another 8, maybe 9 episode season, have like these couple episodes are about this story, these couple episodes about this story. Like maybe either make it an anthology because there's more than enough actual Sons of Zeus you can use.
Right. That's why I said it'd be nice to see an anthology because I really don't need to see Heron anymore.
Yeah, nah.
Like an anthology, like I said, Hercules could be the next one. Perseus could be the next one. You know what I'm saying? The stuff like that. But we'll see.
Right.
So, all right, that is our review for Blood Zeus Netflix series. We are done with our review, and
don't forget to subscribe. There's gonna be a button somewhere on the screen, somewhere over there. Yeah. After you hit subscribe, hit that bell icon next to it. Set that from personal to all. That way you get every notification when we go live or post a video. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Help us beat the algorithm. And comment down below, how did you feel about this show? What do you want us to review next?
Yes, he said everything that I could have said. So Thanks for checking us out, and we out of here.
Peace.